Hi everybody, welcome back. My name's Claire. Thank you for joining me. I've decided to get out all my leftovers. So every time I do a pour, I pot up any paint that I have left over in the hope that it will come in useful for something. So I've had some paints for a while, maybe sort of 2, 3, 4 weeks. They're sealed, so they should be fine. They've all got PVA glue and water pouring medium in them. Some have got silicone in. I'm going to just put them all together to create a new painting. So I think I'm going to do a straight pour. I'm going to layer up a cup and see what I feel inspired to do. So let me show you the colours I've got here. So here are the colours. Now this one that I've got most of, that is just a scraped colour. So that would have been just drips that had poured off a painting and I've collected. So it's this beautiful sparkly purple colour. The other colours are all separate colours on their own. So there's silver, white, pearl white, carmine, there's a pale pink, a gold, a bronze, and then that's the Amsterdam dark purple, blue violet, I think it's called. So as I said, they've all got PVA glue and water pouring medium in, so they're all the same consistency. Some, I think, have silicone in, some don't. I can't remember which is which. So I've got to be prepared that whatever I do, I might get cells. So I'm going to layer up this plastic cup. I just need to be mindful that purple takes over a lot, and I've got quite a lot of purple. So I want to be really, really careful with how much I use and how I layer this cup up. Let's go. Just having a think on how I should do it. I'm going to do a hint of pearl white, I think, at the bottom, just a tiny bit. And then I'm going to come in with some gold. And then some red, I think, because I think that would look really quite pretty in the centre of a straight pour. Now let's add, we could add a little bit of white. And then I'm going to go for some of the purple, but that's the lighter purple. Right, let's go for bronze next, because that will look really pretty next to the purple. Now there's not much bronze, so I think I'm just going to put it all in. So that's that colour finished. Let's have a bit more red. Actually, again, I haven't got that much red, so I'm going to finish that up. I think red is a bit more transparent. I have a feeling whenever I do a painting, it doesn't show up as much. So that's good. I've got a thicker layer of red in there. So pearl white. Let's go for some of the dark purple. And then I think I'm going to put some gold next to that. I'm going to finish up my golds because I'm almost at the end. It's actually quite nice for a change, just having leftovers, because often I will mix up exactly the same amount of different colours and have to use them all. And so I end up with such sort of almost measured layers of paint. It's quite nice just to do it, sort of feel like I'm almost winging it a little bit, going a bit more sort of freestyle. Let's go with some pink next. I think there's only enough for one layer of pink. Let's put the dark purple in again. I'll finish that. Right, I'm going to leave it there. So I've got some white left and I've got some of that purple left. So I could use that as a flow extender if I needed to. I'm reusing here a 30cm canvas. You can see some butterflies on it. I had this idea of some butterflies and yeah, it didn't really work. So I put some gesso on it so you can still see them, but it's only faint. So let's do a straight pour. I'm going to do it right into the centre. I'm going to twist my hand around as I go. I'm going to move up and down as I go. I'm just wondering if I should do a puddle in the centre. No, I'm just going to go for it like this. Right, I've got the red. I'm quite excited because I've got red. You know, I said you lose red. I'm wondering if I can keep some of that red. Right, let's put a good flow extender down. Right, I can see a silicone cell there. So I don't think I'm going to actually torch it at the moment because I think I would potentially get a lot more if I do that. So I think I'm just going to just stretch this out. Try and keep it maybe all on the canvas to start with, but just stretch it as much as I can. Oh, I've gone over, never mind. Okay, let's just go off over here. I'm just hoping I can keep some of that red, but I think I'm going to lose it. Yeah, I'm going to lose it all. Oh, have I got that corner just? Now my instinct is telling me to torch this because there's air bubbles in it. I think I'm going to torch it after, at the end, because then I won't be stretching if I get lots of cells. I'm amazed. I have got quite a lot of red. I'm really happy about that. The purple, I would say that that mixture purple has probably dominated, but look at this beautiful. This is the dark permanent purple, the blue violet, and I think because it was next to a white, it's really showing really nice and brightly. So there's quite a few cells popping up. So what shall I do? Shall I torch this? I think what I might do is torch in places. So yeah, I'm just getting a few little cells up coming up through that red band. I guess what I want to do is torch where it's a bit plainer. So the fingerlings I'd probably leave. This bit's a little bit boring looking, so let's just torch that and see if anything pops up, as is this purpley line here. And then actually, suddenly this becomes quite interesting because you've got lines and cells. What an amazing way to use up leftover paints. Out of paints that just could have gone off, could have been thrown away, I've created such an interesting painting. So the centre, let's go for the centre first. So I didn't really torch in the centre. I wanted to try and keep the fingerlings and the design and the shape there. And then the same with this section here. You've got some beautiful gold, and you can see the gold and the red next to each other. But then further at the edges where there were the big bands, I've torched just to create some really sort of dainty, pretty looking cells. They're quite subtle cells within the bands of colour. And then some more gold cells here. So I guess slightly more contrast here where they've actually popped up through the red. You can see, or I think you can probably see, the whole thing is so sparkly. So I think that works really well. You've got the straight pour details mostly in the centre and here, but then this little swarm of beautiful cells around the outside. So I'm really, really happy. I knew I was going to get cells, so I had to be prepared to do some torching and create some cells. So I think I've got the best of both worlds. I've got the cells, but I haven't torched in the centre. I've got the odd cell popping up, but I've still got the definite straight pour details. Great. Right, I'll be back when it's dry. I love it. I'm so happy with it. What an interesting painting. You've got so many different sections to look at. I think you're first of all very much drawn to the centre. It's got depth in it. It looks 3D. I think this looks like it's a bit raised and this looks like it's back. So it's almost just drawing you in. I guess just a little bit like a galaxy. The fingerlings and the little details are just beautiful, and I love the white and the gold and the red in the centre, so it looks like it's on fire. It looks so bright. And then you've just got these wonderful sections at the edge with the tiny, tiny cells. So what a wonderful contrast. I'm so glad I didn't torch everywhere. That would have been a huge mistake because, well, it just would have looked, well, I wouldn't have liked it. So I'm just really glad I've got the contrast of the beautiful cells on the outside and yet the really lovely contrasting typical straight pour in the centre. So it's quite crazy, it's quite busy, but I'm so happy with it, really pleased with it. So please let me know what you think. Please do leave me comments. If you have any thoughts or any questions, or I'd love to hear from you, so please do leave me a comment. Great, thank you so much for watching this video. Take care. Bye.